Hey guys, Krzysztof the Polish guy here, and finally I'm going to review season 4 of Stranger Things. Yes, back when I reviewed without spoilers, I said I'm going to do a review with spoilers, and here we are. Though it's much later than it was supposed to be, and since I watched the season twice now, and the finale twice too, I can easily talk what I loved about it, and I loved almost everything about it. Like, season 4 is by far my favorite season of Stranger Things. Like, it's definitely the darkest, the scariest, has the most interesting story, lots of twists and turns, and really makes me look forward to season 5, which unfortunately will not come out anytime soon, which is a shame. I'm really looking forward to see what happens. And I will also say what I hope happens in the end of this video. But first, let's get to season 4. So what I loved about season 4, for example, was there are a couple of different storylines. One in Russia, in California, and one in Hawkins. Yes, the one in California is actually my least favorite because at first not much happened. Yeah, the payoff about what happened in the end was amazing in the finale. But throughout the season, not much happened. It was just 11 in the having visions in the facility of Dr. Brenner. While the payoff was just fantastic, and we found out who Vecna the monster really was. So yeah, the payoff was fantastic, but together was a little slow. I also really loved the storyline in Russia, with Hopper in Russia. Like, as I said, I was kind of wary of bringing Hopper back. I thought that he should stay dead because resurrecting him might ruin the tragedy of the very emotional moment in season 3. But actually, after I saw his story arc in this season, I thought it made perfect sense. And it's clear he wasn't going to stay dead at all. It's clear they were planning this from the beginning. Like, I loved his character arc in Russia and his character development. I loved the way he tried to escape and how he befriended one of the Russian soldiers. And I also loved how Joyce and Murray were trying to save him. And the reunion between Joyce and Hopper is just like very emotional and amazing moment. I loved it so much. And what else I loved in this season? I love Vecna. Like, Vecna is probably the best villain in Stranger Things history. I love his backstory and I loved his design. Like, he kind of looks like Freddy Krueger, but I'm going to argue he's even scarier than Freddy Krueger. And I'm really looking forward to what they do with him in season 5. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to the most. What they're gonna do with Vecna. Like, how will they defeat him, for example? And is he going to be even scarier in season 5? We will see. But here, I really loved Vecna. And I loved his backstory, how he's actually a human originally, who went to Upside Down, where he took over and became what he is now. Though that raised a lot of questions. Now I have even more about the Upside Down, which I hope we'll get in season 5. But the best storyline was actually the storyline in Hawkins, how the characters were basically trying to examine Vecna and figure out who he is. I love how Dustin, for example, speculated that Vecna was basically a right-hand man of the Mind Flayer. Something I actually also believed for the long time, until the final twist when we find out that it's actually Vecna who was in charge, and also that Vecna was originally from our world. Yeah. And in general, I love the way Vecna was killing people. That was really scary. Like, the way they would see the clock appear on the wall, which basically already meant they only had this much time left. And which is basically really scary if you think about it. And what's terrible is that some of those people didn't even know what it meant. Like, they literally did not know what that clock meant. So for them it was, you can make an argument, it was even much scary and much more sinister. And when I said the season was darker than the previous seasons, I meant that, like, if you asked me in season 1, is any of the main characters going to die? I would say, no way. Here, I was actually worried for all of the main characters. Like in the cliffhanger, Max is now in a coma. And while I believe she's going to get out of it, I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't. Because as I said, this season is much darker than the previous seasons. And honestly, I would not be surprised if some of our main characters actually died in the final season. That's how dark it got. I also want to talk about the new character of Eddie Manson, who I thought was a great new character, and his death was so emotional in the end. Like, Eddie was hated by everyone, he was considered a freak, when in reality he was just misunderstood, and he was actually pretty smart, and he was very useful and helpful throughout the movie, which made his death even sadder. So yeah, I really loved Freddie Manson, and in some ways I could relate to him. Because when I was much younger, I remember me being considered a freak and not liked by people. So I could very much relate to him actually in here. And the final thing I'll talk about is that the performances are great here. Like, every actor is simply perfect in the role they're playing. So yeah, thumbs up to the performances. Okay, now that I reviewed the season, I will talk a little bit about what I'm hoping for season 5. Like, for season 5, I'm really hoping we get to explore the lore of the Upside Down. Its history, what it was like before Vecna took over. This is something we really deserve to know, because when I found out that Vecna is actually a human from human world, it really made me raise questions about what was the Upside Down like before Vecna took over. So yeah, I'm really hoping we're going to get those answers in season 5. And as I said, I really hope season 5 will mostly explore the lore of the Upside Down. And as much as I loved Russian plotlines in season 3 and 4, I hope they're not coming back in season 5. I feel at this point the character arc of fighting the Russians, I feel, is over. I feel at this point we should just focus on the Upside Down. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping, that season 5 will be the darkest season yet. We'll focus on the Upside Down, its lore, its history and all. I hope we might actually get some character deaths. As much as I love those characters, like, the show needs some emotion and some tragedy. So yeah, I'm actually hoping we might lose some of the main characters, which will make me very sad, but also make the show more emotional and darker. And I'm really hoping Vecna will finally be defeated. Like, yeah, I hope he's going to be permanently defeated by our heroes. And I hope for a bittersweet ending. I don't want a happily ever after ending, but I don't want a sad ending either. I'm hoping for a bittersweet ending. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, here you got my review. Please press the like button, please subscribe to this channel, and I will talk to you soon in another video. Talk to you later, bye!